Hi, this is Miss Hamilton, and I'm going to walk you through activity 11.2. It's about a huge amount of sparkling orange juice. So, our learning goal for today is to understand how a table can be used to represent equivalent ratios. So, our problem is Noah has a recipe for one batch of sparkling orange juice that uses 4 liters of orange juice and 5 liters of soda water. So, if we put the 4 liters of orange juice with the 5 liters of soda water, we make one batch of this sparkling orange juice. So, question number 1 asks you to use a double number line to show how many liters of each ingredient to use for different size batches of sparkling orange juice. So, as always, if we had 0 orange juice, we would have 0 water, so 0 batches. For one batch, we need again 4 orange juice to 5 liters of soda water. That would make one batch. My second batch, I'm just doubling it, so times 2. 3 batches, 4 batches, and so on. And it would go on. We could keep going, but I'm going to stop at 4 batches here. So, what if we wanted to make a bunch more batches? So, that double number line, we went up to 4 batches of this sparkling soda water. So, maybe we want to make a lot of it. So, first, for question 2, if someone mixes 36 liters of orange juice and 45 liters of soda water, how many batches would they make? Well, I could take my double number line from question 1 and extend it until I get to 36 liters of orange juice at the top and 45 liters of soda water at the bottom. So here they are. My question asks me how many batches would they make? So I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It makes 9 batches of this sparkling orange juice. So you might be saying, oh no, that's too much. So there is a quicker way, and that quicker way is that we can use multiplication. If you think about it, we know that 4 times 9 is 36, and 5 times 9 gets me 45. From our problem, we have the ratio of 4 to 6, and we know we're trying to find a recipe that uses 36 liters of orange juice and 45 soda water. So you got to kind of think about, okay, well, what number can I multiply both 4 and 5 to get to 36 and 45 respectively? And that number is 9. So that's how we know it's 9 batches. So we're going to ask you to do questions 3 and 4 on your own. This might be a good chance to pause the video and try 3 and 4 and then hit play again so you can see how we would solve them. All right, so question 3 says, if someone uses 400 liters of orange juice, how much soda water would they need? One way we can organize our multiplication is by using what we call a ratio table. Rather than having the line extend all the way out to 400 liters of orange juice, because that's going to be we won't have the room for that. We could use what's called a ratio table. And my ratio table has 4 orange juice and 5 soda. I'm trying to get an equivalent ratio that has 400 liters of orange juice, and I want to know how much soda water that would be. You may be able to figure this out in your head and know that if I take 4 and multiply it by 100, I would get 400. So if I'm multiplying my orange juice by 100, I also need to multiply my soda water by 100. 5 times 100 is 500. So theoretically, they're making 100 batches here. So if they need 400 liters of orange juice, how much soda water would they need? So for 400 liters of orange juice, they would need 500 liters of soda water. Easy peasy, just multiplying by 100, organizing it into a table rather than drawing a long line. So for question 4, someone uses 455 liters of soda water. How much orange juice would they need? Again, I might want to set it up using a table rather than making the long number line. And my question is asking for 455 liters of soda water. So that's going to go onto my soda water side. And I actually skipped a line here because I'm going to show you. I'm going to get here in a couple steps. I'm trying to figure out how much orange juice they would need. So how much orange juice would go with 455 liters of soda water? I might not know 5 times what is 455, but I do know that 5 times 90, because I know 5 times 9 is 45. So 5 times 90 is 450. So if I multiply this part by 90, I'm going to multiply this side by 90 and I get 360. The reason I jumped and multiplied by 90 is 450 is really close to 455. And in my head, I knew that 5 times 9 is 45. So 5 times 90 is 450. Multiply this side by 90, multiply this side by 90. And now I'm going to add one more batch to get to my 455. So if I add a batch or I add 5 more liters of soda water, I'm going to be adding 4 more liters of orange juice, okay, one more batch. So I would need, you would need 364 liters of orange juice if they use 455 liters of soda water. So my answer is 364. Now, your quicker way again is multiplication. 4 times 100 will give me 400. So if I multiply that 4 by 100, you get 400. The bottom, I would have to multiply, or the liters of the soda water, by 100 to get 500. So I could have solved that first problem that way. And my second problem, 5 times what equals 455, could have played around with the numbers and figured out that it's 91. So if I multiply the amount of soda by 91, I would need to multiply my orange juice by 91, which would give me 364. So multiplication is a quicker way. A way to organize it is using that table. Remember, though, to make sure our juice tastes the same and that they're equivalent ratios. If you multiply the amount of orange juice by a certain number of batches, you would multiply the soda water by the same thing. So your job number 5, why might we not use a double number line to solve those last 2 problems? Think about it. I mean, do you have a piece of paper that is that big to get all the way to 455? I don't know. And then our lesson 11 summary. So pretty much your table is a way just to organize your information. So you're going across, we call these rows the horizontal, and each vertical set of is called a column. So going down are your columns. So our table here has 2 columns and 5 rows. And we can use this to make equivalent ratios or show equivalent ratios. So you do have a double number line and you do have a table. Both are ways that you can show the equivalent ratios. Sometimes, especially if you're getting into larger numbers, you may want to use a table. So in summarization, table, double number line, both ways you can share your information. Let's go ahead and finish lesson 11.3 by trying to fill in the table